Good morning. Hi, everybody. Do you like doggies? I love doggies. They're fun. They're playful. They're always happy to see you. They bark. They do tricks. It's fun to watch them eat. But sometimes puppies have issues. Let's read about that. This one is called Walter, the farting dog. Have you ever smelled a dog fart? It's not good. It's by William Kotzwinkle. Let's see what happens with Walter. Walter, the farting dog. For everyone that's ever felt judged and misunderstood. You ready? Let's go. Betty and Billy brought Walter home from the dog pound. Nobody wanted him, said Billy. But we love him, said Betty. He smells awful, said his mother. I think you better give him a bath. Mother walked in and said, he still smells awful. And that's when they got the first clue, the telltale bubbles in the water. He's probably just nervous, said Mother, hopefully. His stomach must be upset. But Walter's stomach wasn't upset. Walter's stomach was fine. He was perfectly normal. He just farted a lot. He did it when he was bathed. He did it when he played with Betty and Billy. He did it when he walked around the house. He did it in the dining room. He did it in the kitchen. He even did it in his sleep. That dog farts morning, noon, and night, said Father. He can't help it, Daddy, said Betty and Billy. They didn't mind Walter's farts. So what if he farts, said Billy to Betty when they were alone in the room with Walter. Betty agreed. Walter agreed too. He sat there looking innocently around, farting. Take him to the vet, said Father. I don't know why these people in these pictures look so weird. Farting, said the vet, or rectal flatulence, as we say in the medical profession, and prescribed a change of diet. They gave Walter all kinds of dog food. He farted. They tried to give him cat food. They tried to give him hot dogs and burgers and lettuce and tomato sandwiches. They tried to give him fried chicken. They tried to give him rabbit food. They tried to make him a vegetarian. No matter what this dog eats, he turns into farts, roared the father. Well, if you have a dad, you know that dads fart too. Don't get judgy. Walter got the blame on everybody else's farts. Even Uncle Irv let one slip. He just went on and stood next to Walter and said, Walter. And everyone looked at poor Walter. He has got to go back to the pound. No, Daddy, please, said Betty and Billy. Don't send Walter away. He goes tomorrow, they pleaded, and Walter farted. It was all over. That night, Betty and Billy cried in their beds, and Walter looked at them unhappily. Oh, Walter, you've got to stop farting, because Father's going to send you back to the pound tomorrow, said Billy. Poor Walter. Walter knew how serious the situation was. He'd never seen Betty or Billy again. He resolved to hold his farts forever. Never do that. That leaves the stinky brain farts and then you do bad things. Two facts. He walked into the kitchen to see if there was anything around to eat. He managed to open the cupboard door with his nose and found a 25 bag of low fart dog biscuits from the vet the vet had prescribed for him, which made him fart even more. Even though he knew they made him fart, he couldn't resist. He ate the entire bag. Very tasty, Walter said to himself. Fart-free dog biscuits. He then went and lay down on the sofa. A gigantic gas bubble built up inside him. This is going to be trouble, he said to himself nervously. He was afraid of what might happen if he let it go. He thought maybe the house would explode, so he kept it in. It wasn't easy. In fact, it was torture. But he never resolved but he had resolved to never fart again. His future depended on it. As he lay there with his tail wrapped tightly between his legs, he heard a noise at the window. Uh-oh. Who's at the window? He watched it slowly open. A pair of burglars came through. They dropped silently into the kitchen. "Watch out for the dog," one of them said. "He won't bite. He's a wimp." Walter might bite him, except he was filled with gas and couldn't move. Except he was filled with gas. Wait. Walter might have bitten him, except he was so filled with gas he couldn't move. They tied a rag around his snout so he wouldn't bark. "Okay," whispered the first burglar. "Clear the place out." They took everything they could get their hands on. Walter wanted them to stop, but he was having unbearable gas pains. He rolled on his back and waved his paws in the air and gnashed his teeth. "We got it all," said the second burglar. "Let's go." Oh no. That's when Walter let it fly, and it was the worst fart of his life. It made a tremendous noise and shot him across the room. Phew! The hideous cloud filled the air. The bachelors cut their throats. They couldn't breathe. With tears in their eyes, they raced towards the window. They tried to grab the bag with all the valuables in it, but their arms were too weak. "Let's get out of here." They jumped out the window and ran up the block, choking and gasping for air. Still blinded by Walter's attack, they stepped into the headlights of an approaching police car. "Hold it right there," said the policeman. When father and mother came down the next day, Let's try this again. When father and mother came down the next morning, they found the open window and saw the bag of their valuables in it, and Walter sitting beside it. He still had the rag tied around his snout, and you had to say he looked very heroic. "He saved our VCR. He saved our silverware. Good dog, Walter. You're our dog, even though you do fart all the time." Does the cat look happy either? So the family learned to live with Walter, the hero dog. And that's the end of our tale. Walter's Wonder Park, 100% natural gas powered. Goodbye. Bye, my babes. I love you.